Good evening everyone. Welcome to RD Study Center. Today's class based on MCQ series for government pharmacist exams like RRB, Aims and all state government pharmacist exam. So without any delay, let's start the session, right? The session will be based on MCQ type questions. Each MCQ have the 4 options, but here every option individual itself it is a important question, right? The first question is, when was the Dangerous Act was passed? Options are 1930, 1954, 1985, 1955. The answer is 1930. In the year 1930, the Dangerous Drug Act was passed. The remaining options, which are itself it is a question. In 1985, the Narcotic Drug and Psychotropic Substance Act was passed. In 1954, the Drug and Magic Remedies Act was passed. In 1955, Medicinal and Toilet Preparation Act was passed, right? Coming to the next question, Schedule FF related to. The options are list of biological and other special products, standards for ophthalmic preparations, standards for surgical dressing, standards for sterilized dressing. The right answer is standards for ophthalmic preparation. So Schedule C deals with for biological and other special products, Schedule F2 for surgical dressing and Schedule F3 for sterilized umbilical taps. Next question, Schedule E1 related to list of poisonous substances under ASU system of medicine, life period of drug, pack size of drug, standards for disinfectant fluids. The right answer is list of poisonous substances under ASU system of medicine. Here the remaining options also having coming from some schedule, right? Schedule P for life period of drug and Schedule P1 pack size of drug, Schedule O standards for disinfectant fluid. These all comes under drugs and cosmetic rules, right? Next question, which ICH guidelines that provides details about impurities in drug substances? The options are Q2, Q3A2, Q3B, S5, S10. The right answer is Q3A2, Q3B. Here are the explanation. What do you mean by ICH? It is the International Council of Harmonization. So ICH guidelines are set of recommendations for development and regulation of pharmaceuticals, right? It is divided into 4 categories. What are that? First one, quality guidelines, safety guidelines, efficacy guidelines, also multidisciplinary guidelines. The options, the Q2 deals with analytical validation, S5 for reproductive toxicology, S10 for photosafety evaluation, right? Next question, which ICS guidelines that provides details about carcinogenicity studies? Here are the options, S1A2, S1C, S10, S8 and Q7. Right answer is S1A2, S1C. The remaining options which contain the S10 for photosafety evaluation and the S8 for immunotoxicological studies and Q7 for GMP, so called good manufacturing practices, right? Next question, which apparatus is used to determine sedimentation flow rate? The options are tonometer, helium pycnometer, Anderson pipette and Coulter counter apparatus. The right answer is Anderson pipette, right? The remaining options which have the instrumentation have the specific functions, right? The tonometer for ocular tension, means measure the pressure inside the eye. The Coulter counter apparatus for particle size determination, right? The helium pycnometer for measuring the true density, which is a fundamental properties of a powder of pharmaceutical ingredient, particularly in case of packaging behavior and potential for compression during tablet compression, right? The sedimentation rate flow, which we can determine here, the particles settle down, means at the speed at which the particles settle down in a liquid suspension, right? Next question, 21 CFR part 211 of US FDA describes what? Investigation, new drug application, application for FDA approval to market a new drug, nutritional quality guidelines for foods, CGMP practices for finished pharmaceuticals. The right answer is the CGMP practices for finished pharmaceuticals. What is 21 CFR and US FDA means? First, it is Title 21, the portion of the Code of Federal Regulations that governs food and drugs within the United States for Food and Drug Administration, right? In here, 21 CFR part 312 deals with investigation new drug application, means the investigation new drug application comes under 21 CFR part 312. Part 314 deals with application for FDA approval to market a new drug. Part 104 deals with nutritional quality guidelines for food, right? Next question, 21 CFR part 600 to 680 of US FDA describes for biological products, CGMP practice for medicated feed, food labeling, infant formula quality control procedure. The right answer is for biological products. The remaining options were part 225 deals with CGMP practices for medicated feed, part 101 deals with food labeling, and part 106 deals with infant formula quality control procedures. Next question, 21 CFR part 11 of US FDA describes institutional review board, financial disclosure by clinical investigation, electronic submission and electronic signature, protection of human subject. The right answer is electronic submission and electronic signature, right? The part 56 deals with institutional review board, part 54 deals with financial disclosure by clinical investigation, part 50 deals with protection of human subject, part 110 deals with CGMP practices in manufacturing, packaging and holding human food, part 210 deals with CGMP practices in manufacturing, packaging or holding of drugs, right? Next question, elevated level of serum enzyme 5 nucleotidase indicates which disease or organ damage. Mostly in case of lab investigation, the enzyme also helpful for identify the disease and organ that damaged, right? Here the options: heart attack, also called myocardial infarction, acute pancreatitis, hepatitis or muscular dystrophy. The right answer is hepatitis. Whenever the enzyme 5 nucleotidase level increased in the serum, it indicates that the disease hepatitis, right? The remaining options were SGOT, the serum glutamate oxaloacetate transaminase, indicate heart attack, means when the SGOT level increase in our blood serum, it indicates chances of heart attack. And amylase and lipase, these both are digestive enzymes which indicate acute pancreatitis. Aldolase, enzyme of carbohydrate metabolism, is whenever it is increases in our serum, it indicates muscular dystrophy, right? Next question, elevated level of serum enzyme alkaline phosphate indicates which disease or organ damage. The options are cancer of prostate gland, liver disease, rickets, obstructive jaundice or myocardial infarction. The right answer is whenever alkaline phosphate increase in our blood serum, it indicates the rickets and obstructive jaundice. The remaining options were acid phosphate indicate cancer of prostate gland, SGPT means serum glutamate pyruvate transaminase indicate liver disease, and creatinine phosphokinase for myocardial infarction. So these are the different enzymes which indicate the disease or organ damage. By the help of these enzyme level in our serum, we can means find out the disease or the organ that will be affected further, right? Next question, relative sweetness of sucrose to saccharin. The options 1:200, 1:500, 1:50 and 1:70. The right answer is 1:500. So sweeteners, these are the excipient most often for oral medication to mask the unpleasant taste, and finally it improves the patient compliance, right? Whenever we make the new drug or formulation, it should be compliance to the patient. The sweetening agent and with characteristics means wherever the saccharin, it is one of the artificial sweeteners which is carcinogenic in nature and 500 times sweeter than sugar. Aspartame, non-carcinogenic, 200 times sweeter than sugar. Mannitol, it is 72 times sweetener than sugar, used in most of the chewable tablets. Cyclamet, it is carcinogenic and 20 to 50 times sweetener than sugar. Acesulfame, potassium, it is 200 times sweetener than sucrose, right? So next question, rifampicin is an antibiotic isolated from. So these are the different type of microorganisms. So from which microorganisms the rifampicin antibiotic isolated, right? From Streptomyces mediterrane. So antibiotics are the medicines that fight against bacterial infections in people and animals. So remaining options, those microorganisms are responsible for these specific antibiotics, right? Chloramphenicol for Streptomyces venezuela, and these two microorganisms are responsible for these two antibiotic which will used for bacterial infections. Okay, next question, nystatin is an antibiotic isolated from which microorganisms? So Streptomyces nourriceae, right? Here are the remaining options with respect to microorganisms where the antibiotics are isolated. Okay, next question, Wagner's reagent is, chemically it is saturated picric acid solution or tannic acid solution or iodine potassium iodide solution or potassium mercuric iodide solution. The right answer is iodine potassium iodide solution. Okay, so here are the some other reagents. First one, the Aiger's test. Here it is a saturated picric acid solution which will give the yellow precipitate. Tannic acid test, here the tannic acid solution and buff colored precipitate. Wagner's test, it gives iodine, chemically it is iodine potassium solution, it gives reddish brown precipitate. Mayer's test, it gives potassium mercury iodide solution made up of, and it gives cream colored precipitate, right? These are the different reagent. By reacting with the test, it will give the different type of precipitation, different color of precipitations. Okay, next question, drag and drop reagent is saturated solution of 4% ammonium renicate plus hydroxylamine, dilute hydrochloric acid or potassium bismuth iodide solution. The right answer is potassium bismuth iodide solution. Drag and drop reagent is a chemically potassium bismuth iodide solution. The remaining are here the ammonium renicate test, where the saturated solution of 4% ammonium renicate plus hydroxylamine plus dilute hydrochloric acid. Here the observation is pink precipitate, right? Next question, total number of facial bone in human adult. So most 22, 14, 6 or 1. The right answer is 14. Here our facial bone, there are total 206 bones are human body, and there will be the skull contain 22 bones, right? In skulls consist of 8 cranial bones and total our 14 facial bone. In the 14 facial bone, there are different type of bones where it will be number nasal 2, lacrimal 2, inferior nasal coach there is 2, and maxilla there is 2, mandible 1, palatine 2, and zygomatic 2, vomer 2. In this way the different type of bones are classified. The total facial bone consists of 14, and the cranial bones are 8 cranial bones are available. A total the skull having the 22 bones, right? Next question, medicine and healthcare products regulatory agency MHRA belongs to which country? Here the different regulatory agencies. So MHRA belongs to UK, right? Anvisa belongs to Brazil, and CDSCO belongs to India, the Central Drug Standard Control Organization, and FDA related to USA. The different country having their respective regulatory agencies, right? Next question, the scientist Alexander Fleming discovers penicillin, insulin, streptomycin, or vaccination. So he discovers the penicillin, right? So remaining, Benting and Best discover the insulin, and Selman Waxman discovered streptomycin, and Dr. Edward Jenner discovered vaccination, right? Next question, Central Drug Laboratory situated at Kolkata, Ijatnagar, Kasauli, and Chennai. The right answer is Kolkata. The CDL situated at Kolkata. In CRI, Central Research Institute for Testing of Antitoxin, Sera Vaccine Antigen from Kasauli. And BCG Vaccine Laboratory available at Chennai, right? Next question, government opium factory situated at Chandigarh, Lucknow, Mumbai, Ghazipur, Nimachu. The right answer is Ghazipur, Nimuch, right? Remaining, Institute of Microbiology Technology MTech in Chandigarh, and Central Drug Research Institute CDRI in Lucknow, Indian Drug Manufacturer Association IDMA situated at Mumbai, right? These are the different institutions were situated in different states of India. Okay, the Central Indian Pharmacopoeia Laboratory CIPL situated at where? The Ghaziabad, Pune, Mumbai, New Delhi. Answer is Ghaziabad, right? Remaining, Indian Society of Blood Transfusion and Immunology situated at Pune, and Indian Plasma Vaccination Center at Mumbai, National Institute of Communicable Disease NICD for polio vaccine situated at New Delhi, right? Next question, chemical name of vitamin B12, cobalamin, ascorbic acid, riboflavin, and pantothenic acid. So which is the right answer? For it is a cobalamin. Vitamin B12, it's chemically known as cobalamin. Now vitamin C, it is so called ascorbic acid. Whenever the deficiency of vitamin C occurs, the disease also called scurvy. Vitamin B2, it is riboflavin, glossitis, cirrhosis, dermatitis. These are the deficiency diseases. Vitamin B5, pantothenic acid, it gives the burning feet syndrome. This is the deficiency disease of vitamin, different vitamins, right? Next question, chemical name of vitamin B3, cholecalciferol, biotin, folic acid, niacin. The right answer is niacin. The vitamin B3, it's chemically known as niacin, and the remaining vitamins, vitamin B3 is niacin, and pellagra is the deficiency disorder. Vitamin D, it is cholecalciferol, which gives rickets in case of deficiency, cause rickets in case of children, and osteomalacia in case of adults. And vitamin B7, so called biotin, anemia or loss of appetite, dermatitis. These are the deficiency disorders of biotin, vitamin B7. Vitamin B9, folic acid, whenever it deficiency in our body, it causes megaloblastic anemia, right? These are the different vitamins with respective deficiency diseases. Next question, chemical name of vitamin B6, right? It is pyridoxine, thiamine, phyloquinolin, and tocopherol. The right answer is pyridoxine. Vitamin B6, so called pyridoxine, right? So vitamin B6, whenever deficiency, it causes peripheral neuropathy or reduction in hemiproduction. It is a deficiency disorder of vitamin B6 pyridoxine. Vitamin B1, thiamine, it causes beriberi when it is the deficiency occurs in our body, it causes beriberi, right? And Wernicke Korsakoff syndrome deficiency occurs whenever vitamin B1 deficiency occurs in our body. Vitamin K, phyloquinolin, it cause blood clotting time increase, means our blood not clot early, it will take time. So the blood clotting time is increased by the deficiency of phyloquinolin. Vitamin K. Vitamin E, tocopherol, it is sterility in male and abortion in female. Sterility in males and abortion in female, the deficiency of vitamin E causes, right? Next question, chemical name of vitamin A. You all know it is retinoid, right? The right answer is retinoid. So next, vitamin A, retinoid, when it cause deficiency, night blindness, xerophthalmia, keratomycelia, these are the different disorders in case of vitamin A deficiency. Vitamin B12, cyanocobalamin, when it will be decreased in our body, it will cause pernicious anemia, right? These are the different total vitamins and the respective deficiency disorders. Okay, next question, which of the following is suitable antidote for paracetamol poisoning? Dimicaprol, protamine, acetylcysteine and naloxone. The right answer is acetylcysteine. So these are the different various drugs poisoning and their antidote. Mercury for dimicaprol, whenever heparin it cause protamine, and opium for naloxone, right? Different drugs with their antidotes. Next question, which of the following is suitable antidote for cyanide poisoning? Okay, the options are hydroxycobalamin, next desforexamine, and fomepizole and digoxin, specific antibody fragment. Okay, the right answer is hydroxycobalamin for cyanide poisoning. Next, for drugs iron, it is desforexamine. For methanol, it is fomepizole. For digitalis, it is digoxin. These are the drugs with their respective antidotes. Okay, which of the following is suitable antidote for coumarin poisoning? The right answer is phytominidine, right? Remaining benzodiazepam, its antidote, this is the antidote of the benzodiazepams, and anti-muscarine agent, the antidote is neostigmine. Okay, the next question is, which of the following drugs comes under schedule G? Right, options are metformin, betmethasone, cefixime and amphetamine. The right answer is metformin. Under the schedule G, the metformin drugs comes in. Under the schedule H, the drug betamethasone comes, and under schedule H1, the drug cefixime, and schedule Q, that is amphetamine. These are the different drugs with respective schedules. Okay, the next question, scientific name of WBC: thrombocytes, leukocytes, erythrocytes. The right answer is leukocytes. Okay, so thrombocytes, these are the platelets. Leukocytes, these are the WBC, most often from red bone marrow, and erythrocytes, these are the RBC. Okay, these are the erythrocyte means RBC, and these are different their lifespan and different their where they occur from. The explanation you can read. Okay, next question, vincristine, an active constituent of which indole alkaloids? From pharmacognosy, the options are ergot, vinca, nux vomica and rauwolfia. The right answer is vinca. Okay, so vinca, so the active chemical constituent is vincristine. Okay, biological source and their family Apocynaceae, and used as anti-cancer drug. Okay, ergot, ergotamine, biologicals for fungal scleroterium of Claviscape purpurea. Their use, it is a prevent postpartum hemorrhage. Okay, nux vomica and its chemical constituent strychnine, it steeds of Trichonos nux vomica family Loganiaceae, and its used as a CNS stimulant. Next one, rauwolfia, its chemical constituent reserpine, biologicals for root and rhizomes of Rauwolfia serpentina family Apocynaceae. Use hypertensive tranquilizer. These are the different herbs or drugs which are used in day-to-day life, and their biological source and family. This from the question from pharmacognosy, right? Next question is, name the causative organism of leprosy. The right answer is Mycobacterium lepra. Okay. Next, the tuberculosis caused by Mycobacterium tuberculosis, and the whooping cough caused by Bordetella pertussis, and the tetanus caused by Clostridium tetani. These are the different causative organism and the disease. Okay. Next question, name the causative organism of typhoid. The right answer is Salmonella typhi. Okay. The remaining, the botulism for Clostridium botulinum, and cholera from Vibrio cholera, and leptospirosis for Bacterium leptospira. These are the different microorganisms with respect to disease causing the different type of diseases, right? Next question, name the causative organism of syphilis. Right answer is Treponema pallidum. And remaining two organisms responsible for, one is for gonorrhea and another is from pneumonia. For pneumonia it is Pneumonia cocci, and from gonorrhea it is Neisseria gonorrhea. These are the different microorganisms with respect to diseases, right? Next question, oxytocin hormone released by which gland? Here are the options. The right answer is pituitary gland. Okay. So oxytocin is responsible for uterine contraction during labor and childbirth. Next, from pineal gland, the hormone melatonin, which regulates the sleep cycle. From pancreas, the hormone insulin helps the use the sugar for energy by moving glucose from the bloodstream into the cell. From adrenal, it is adrenaline. These are the different type of hormones secreted from different glands of our body. Okay. Next, that's it for today's session. So students, I hope this MCQ session will help for your preparations. Comment your feedback about the class. Thank you all. Jai Jagannath.